Hi guys, you're most welcome back to my channel. My name is Juliana Awating. If today is your first time, I'm so excited to have you here. Today, I am here to give you reasons for you to take your content creation serious, okay? If you have been creating content since since 19 Kojoho, right? And you are not seeing top, I'm just here to give you reasons to continue doing it. And if you are someone out there who is also considering content creation, considering being the content creator, being the influencer, and you are still doubting whether it is worth your time, it is worth your energy, yes, darling, I am here to give you solid reasons for you to continue, because I have been there and I just want to share some experiences with you today for you to get up and keep it going, okay? I'm going to give you a rundown of all the brands I've worked with in 2023 as compared to 2022, okay? And this is in no way of me trying to blow my own trumpet or anything like that. I just want to encourage someone out there so that you know that yes, indeed, everything is possible and it is never too late to start something, and it is also never too late to take your content creation journey serious, okay? So a little background of when I started creating content. I started creating content and posting seriously on YouTube in April 2020. That's when I started posting. So I traveled to the US, and then I recorded a Get Ready With Me. So I was just standing in front of my phone and then recording my styling. And then when I went to the conference, so many people, it was a conference I attended, so many people were complimenting my style. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy that I recorded this, you know. So when I came back, I was like, okay, YouTube is something I've considered starting for a while now. So let me just make this one my very first. And as you can see, it is not something that is something to write home about. In fact, they're still struggling with views out there. Quickly inserting here that the numbers does not really matter when it comes to brands, but then the impacts, the influence, and the value you create for your audience to tap into it, you know. So that's how I started posting on YouTube. And then as for Instagram and TikTok, I started posting in 2021. When I started posting on YouTube, so many people were like, oh, Juliana, then bring your content over to TikTok. In fact, I wasn't even consuming any content on TikTok at all until one of my friends kept sending me videos of DIYs. And so to him, he was sending them to me as inspiration for me to do another DIY on my YouTube. But then when he sent me those videos, I could see like TikTok's logo on those videos. So I was like, well, maybe this could be a place I could like move my DIYs from YouTube to TikTok. So I created an account on TikTok as well. And then I already had an Instagram account, but then I wasn't really using it for anything. So when I saw that people actually carried their content from TikTok to Instagram, so I was like, okay, well, this could be something I can equally do. After all, what am I using my Instagram account for? So I converted that account, or let me say I rebranded my whole Instagram account into a creator account. And then I started moving those DIY videos from TikTok to my Instagram as well. So every video I'll create on YouTube, I'll do a summary version of it, and then I'll post it on TikTok and then Instagram. I think later part in 2021, from October thereof, that's when I started posting on TikTok and Instagram. And then early part in 2022, my Instagram account got hacked. I was around 8,000 followers. It was so painful, guys. Like, it was so painful. But then I had to create another one, obviously, and then I started all over again. But my YouTube was still standing strong. My TikTok was also still standing strong. But one thing I realized though on my TikTok was that I realized that the views was actually moving on way quicker than views would move on YouTube. I mean, everybody knows, every creator knows doing YouTube is hard, at least for me, right? Not creating content itself, but then how to actually be super successful on YouTube. If anyone who has been super successful on YouTube, like, I doff my hat off for the person, because like they are the real G's. You know, when you are working on something and you don't really see the results in the long run, you begin to lose motivation. And I've said so many times that I have been demotivated on my YouTube for countless times. Like, I don't remember the number of times I have said, okay, I give up on YouTube. It's draining. Okay, you do something and you're not seeing results. You post a video and you're not seeing the views, you are not seeing the comments. In fact, my last video is still struggling to even achieve 1,000 views. But like I said, the main reason I am here today is for me to tell you the business aspect of taking content creation seriously, not necessarily the app in itself, but then how brands would recognize you, to working with you, and for you to like appreciate the time and the energy you put into creating your content. So that is what we have started. YouTube platform is not something that I would say I have been totally successful, but my TikTok and Instagram have been extremely successful when it comes to the business side of creating content, especially working with brand deals. Okay, for some people who have been very, very successful on YouTube, they would say for them the business side has been the AdSense, getting payments directly from YouTube, and so that aspect is also there. But then I am here to tell you that when you are really committed on other platforms as well, the Bible says do not put all your eggs in one basket, right? And that is what I did. Now my current following on TikTok is around 350,000 followers, and then on Instagram is around 177,000 followers, and then on YouTube, the YouTube following count has actually been very, very encouraging, just that the views is not encouraging. So now coming to when I started getting brand deals, when I was creating in 2020, I didn't get a single brand deal. I didn't get a single brand deal. In 2021, I didn't get any brand deals as well. Okay. One thing I was learning alongside was that, before brands will reach out to you, they have to like see a certain kind of work. They have to see what you can do. You have to prove yourself for people to know what you can do. So that was what I was doing. I was just building my portfolio. Building your portfolio simply means that creating your videos as you would do if a brand would have reached out to you, right? So if I'm creating a hair video, I'm creating it in such a way that I'm showing people what extension I am using, how I am using the extension, how the extension feels, the texture, So I am describing the quality of the extension I'm using, so that if a brand is watching and the brand is into hair, they'll be like, okay, if I send this particular extension to Juliana, they'll be able to describe our hair to her audience, or her followers. So that was what I was doing, or that's what I've been doing. And then any other product at all that I use, I try to describe it as much as possible, what I love about the product, what I do not like about the product, give my review. So I was building my portfolio in 2020 and 2021, and then I hoped that one day a brand would reach out to me. And then in 2022, somebody says in 2022, right in February, I didn't get any brand deal in January, but right in February, I used to purchase some hair products, chibi hair products from Vasti Naturals. I realized that my hair was improving. My hair was really, really looking good in terms of the texture, the appearance. So I reached out to her and I was like, your products are very, very good, and my audience have seen significant improvements in my hair growth and my hair texture. And so I'd love to do something for you. So I actually pitched to her, and then she bought in the idea. In fact, she was also waiting to hear from me. It was something that she actually wished to work with me, So it wasn't a coincidence that I reached out to her. We drafted a contract, and in February I had my very first deal. Okay, like give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. And I didn't get any deal in March, April, May, June, July. I got another deal from a vendor called VZ Amibites, who is into catering. We went through the terms and conditions, and she also accepted. And then I had that deal in July 2022. And then I've written everything down so that I don't skip anything, okay? The same July, I saw Palmer's Ghana do I love Palmer's. I've been using Palmer's since this. So I saw them do promotion. I think it was a yearly promotion or something like how mid-year sales or something. So I sent them my pitching notes. I actually pitched to brands. So I pitched to brands sometimes. So I pitched to them, and then I said, I'm going to go into details. If you want me to teach you how to pitch to brands, please let me know. I'll be glad to do that. But then I pitched to them, and then they were like, okay, we think we can work with you. And then we drafted a contract, and I worked with them on their media sales, okay? And at that time, I was using Palmer's. I had been posting Palmer's on my page. It was a product that I love, their body oil, their body cream. That's what I still use, actually. At that time, I was still learning how to do adverts without necessarily making it cream adverts, As it stands now, people still ask me, like, Juliana, do you do ads? And I become so proud of myself, because social media experts usually say that if you do an advert for a brand and your audience fail to see, or it is very, very hard for your audience to see that this particular video is an ad, it means you actually did the act so well, like you delivered, right? So like, upon all the videos I have been making and all the acts I've been making, especially in 2023, which I'll come to, and people ask me, Juliana, do you do ads, do you accept promotions? I'm like, girl, I do ads. What are you saying? It simply means that people do not recognize when I do an ad and when I do not do an ad. Like, people are not able to tell the difference, and I feel so proud of myself. You know, so it's a great achievement for me, but let me not get ahead of myself. So I ended up working with Palmer's in July 2022 as well, and then so I also saw Daffy's make a mid-year sales advert. Same in July. They said we were doing mid-year sales, and I said, if you are doing media sales, the media pitching is what I'm good at, so let me also go and pitch to you. So I used the same pitching approach I used on Palmer's Ghana, and I did the same thing to Daffy's, and then they accepted and they worked with me. And then in August, I saw another brand which I love, Jocelyn Wigs. You know, I've been using Jocelyn gel. I still use it. They were also doing media sales. That's for that year, dear. I said, all of you who are doing media sales, unless I don't see you. And you know, one thing I loved about the whole thing was that for all the pitching I was doing, it was because I was genuinely using their products at the time. You know, I pitched to them as well, and then they also worked with me in August. And then I was sitting somewhere. Media, I was just looking for local brands, like Ghanaian brands, you know, because I was a small creator. At that time, I think I was around like 15K or 20K on TikTok. As for Instagram there, I was nowhere because my account had been hacked. You know, in 2022, my account had been hacked. So I was around like 4K something, you know, I wasn't even at 5K pool. Me, I was sitting somewhere. Then I saw in my email a foreign brand. I said, hey, hey, what am I seeing? Hello. A foreign brand has reached out to me. Did I look at my following? I don't have following. So they reached out to me, and then they said they were going to send me some products because they realized that I love skincare. And I said, okay, like, send me the products. What are you waiting for? So we discussed the whole thing, and then they sent the products. When the discussion started, it started as a gifted collaboration, right? So they sent the products. I used the products. It was a sunscreen and some facial creams. I used it. I loved it. My husband loved the products. And I was like, instead of just posting videos for these people, let me also pitch to them as well. You know, like, when it comes to pitching there, so I sent them an email. I did heavy pitching. I told them I love the product. I was going to do this and this and this and this and that. I was even going to feature my husband for their sunscreen and da. And then he said, okay, we love what you have stated. How much are you going to charge us? And ladies and gentlemen, I charged them heavy, eh? They didn't even negotiate. In fact, up to now, I still think I lowballed myself because, you know, I was new. I didn't think I would get a deal, and I didn't have enough following. So I thought, well, no, I'm making a big career, but honestly, even in today, it's a lot of money. I charged them, and it was actually in USD. I charged them in USD, and they paid. It's still one of my best collaborations yet. So that was my last collaboration in 2022, September 2022. So September, October, November, December, I didn't get any deal again. So I kept on hoping and praying and learning from all the experiences I had gathered from all the brand deals. But one thing though is that I always had to remind myself that I am not in this content creation space only for the money, right? Only to be recognized by brands. One of the things I really cherish the most is the value I give to my audience, right? Because I'm a content, like I really want, most of the times I want to be referred to as a content creator than an influencer. Because, you know, when you're a content creator, you create value. You know, you create value, people get something from your video. So if I am making a hair video, or if I'm making a hair tutorial, I am not making an ad for maybe Ultra or Darling or whoever the extension may be for, or the brand may be. But I am showing people how to do that particular hair. For example, with this particular style, there was no ad, you know, but then I showed people how to do the twisting, or how to do a knotless braid bob, you know. So at the end of the day, people still get value from watching your videos. So, and that is one of the things I literally wrote down as part of my core values of being a content creator. So I usually had to remind myself of that, so that money does not get ahead of me and I will be demotivated at the end, you know. So when money is ahead of you for being a content creator. You're always going to be demotivated, especially when the deals are not coming and there's no consistency with how the deals flow in, you know. So please put at the back of your mind that it is not all about money. It is about the value you create and the experience and personal relationship you share with your audience. I hope you understand. So coming back into 2023, so many doors opened for me in 2023 by God's grace. Of course, there were months that I did not get deals, but in 2022, comparing to 2023, the number of brands I worked with in 2022 were 6 brands in total in 2022. But then in 2023, I ended up working with 17 brands. Let me give you a rundown. But one thing though, the number of times I was posting a video on TikTok and Instagram in 2020, I was posting like 2 videos a day. But in 2021, ladies and gentlemen, I used to post like 3 times a day. Like throughout the week. Oh, I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. You can go to, Evidence Day. You can go to my Instagram, you can go to my TikTok and check for yourself. I used to post 3 times a day, sometimes 2 times a day. The least I would post is once a day, every blessed day from Monday to Sunday. So that was how serious I was. Like, you know, when you love something, and because I am a beauty content creator, there are so many like that. My options are limitless. Like I don't have limitation to the things I can do, especially when it comes to the content I can film. Because filming a makeup video is a whole like bunch of videos. You can do an eyebrow, which is one video, lip care routine, how to wear mascara, how to do blush. All of those can be like separated into small videos, and at the end of the day, one complete makeup look, you can have like 10 videos out of one complete makeup look. So that's how come I was able to post about 3 videos in a day. I'm not saying you should do the same thing, but I'm just making a reference that consistency is key, and however you choose your consistency, stick to it. If you're going to be posting once a week, stick to once a week. If you're going to be posting once a day throughout the week, stick to that. If you're going to be posting every other day, stick to that. At least it's going to give you that pattern to follow. So that's what I'm trying to say. Not necessarily telling you to do the same thing. We all have different strengths. Before you come and die on me. So I didn't get any deal in January 2023, but in February, I got a deal from Buy Direct. They are into bags. I just had a conversation with them. They actually reached out to me this time around. I didn't pitch. In fact, in 2023, I did less of pitching. Did I even pitch in 2023? We'll go through it and we'll see. So they reached out to me. I had a conversation. We structured our contract and we signed a deal and we did it. Then in March, no deal. No deal. So you see, it is not consistent. And you know, you are going to be heartbroken. I didn't get any deal in March, but then in April, I got another deal. They reached out to me. SO Aesthetics is a makeup brand, like a Ghanaian owned makeup brand. They reached out to me and I got a deal. Okay. And then in May, Buy Direct reached back again because the deal was so good. By God's grace, the outcome was so good. Okay. So one thing I also say is that when you are making your videos about the brand deals and you are posting, pray into it, pray for your audience, because when you post, it heavily depends on your audience to be in a good financial position to make a decision in the first place to purchase whatever you're selling to them or whatever you're marketing to them. Content creators are not salespeople. Let me make this point. Content creators are not salespeople. We are marketers. We just market the products. We show it to people, and when they are interested, they buy. We don't make selling or buying decisions for our audience. We rather inform them of the products, and when they are interested, they make their own decisions. So as a content creator, you market the product to them. So when I marketed the bags and the stuff to my audience, it went really well. They came back in May and we had the deal and everything went well by God's grace. And in June, I didn't get a deal. So you see, in July, I got a deal from Vodafone Ghana. How did it even happen? So there's this agency in Ghana here called Eco House who identify creators, and when they think you are good, and the big brands are looking for content creators to embark on any campaign at all, they do that. They kind of look through the creators, and then I think they run it with the brands and then see if the content creators values and their videos and whatever they showcase on their platforms, whether it aligns with their core values as well. And then when they approve of it, then they discuss with you, and then they sign a contract. So somebody from Echo House reached out to me, and then I said, of course, why not? And we had a deal, and by God's grace, everything went well as well. That was in July, okay? And then in August, I had a foreign brand deal. I was like, hey God, hey, I was so happy. Multicolor Love is a contact lens. In fact, I had been wanting to try on contact lenses, but I bought my own contact lens. I tried it on, I put it on my page. The video really went well. It was my own video that I was doing, like showing my audience that I've bought a contact lens and I'm trying it for the first time, And I think the brand saw it. And then they reached out to me that we want you to try our contact lenses and market it to your audience as well. So they sent me samples. I tried it, and everything went well by God's grace. It's a foreign brand. And then in September, there's something called hormonal acne. I have this acne. It comes and go. So I went to Rabito Clinic to have myself treated. I paid with my own money, but then I documented the process, the healing process, going to the clinic, coming back, the prescriptions I was given. I shared it with my audience. And then when I realized that the videos were doing well, I pitched Rabito Clinic. I told you, pitching is one of the things I love doing, okay? I did my thing, and then they had a call with me, sat down, did contracts and everything. And I collaborated with Rabito Clinic from September to December 2023. And then I was sitting by somewhere, and my husband follows Shikakope. In fact, my husband introduced Shikakope to me. Shikakope is a brand that is into gadgets, filming, photography, lights, anything regarding photography, videography, lights, they sell those gadgets. So my husband introduced me to them. But then maybe it's my baby. And then I think they made a post about testing out some new microphones they wanted to bring into the market. And my husband went to pitch for me. Okay, oh, you went to pitch for me? I didn't even know. And then he was like, oh, so we've won. Shikakope ended up choosing him. He used me to do the pitching, so obviously I had to be the one to do the review. So they sent me the microphone, and that is what I am still using till today. Okay, so if you need a microphone, honey, go onto Shikakope's page and buy yourself a microphone. Okay, it's not sounding good. It's sounding good. So that happened in October. Same in October, Palmer's Ghana reached out to me again. You see? So when you do the work diligently, the key word is diligently, you commit to it, you do it, they'll come back. So Palmer's Ghana came back, and this time around they were like, Juliana, you've been giving us so many customers without you even noticing. So even after the promotion I did for them, like my audience were still going to purchase from them. And when your audience love you, when they go to the brand, they'll be like, oh, Juliana, I'm here because of Juliana. I'm here because of Juliana. So the brand will have no option than to come to you again for even a bigger collaboration. Do you understand? So Palmer's Ghana came back again, and then we collaborated. And as it stands now, our collaboration is still intact. Okay, like me and Palmer's Ghana, we are like 5 and 6. Okay, so we are still going strong. I mean, I have my personal link. If you order from my link, I'll put it in the description box. If you order from my link, you're going to get yourself some 10% discount. I mean, yeah. And then in September, So Hair Wigs, okay? Now I've been eyeing this brand. I've been eyeing them because I'm a hair content creator now. For God's sake, I'm a hair content creator. So, one thing I did, I purchased from them. You see the trick here? You purchase from the brand, like you genuinely use their products, you enjoy their product. That is if the product is good. You enjoy the product. You make a video like normal, like don't force it, you know, just enjoy making the video. You are showing your audience, don't force it. And then I made my video. They reached out to me and then they were like, can we post your video? Which of course you cannot do that. You can't do that unless you pay for that because it's called usage rights, you know. So if they cannot lift your video and post it on their page because of usage rights, they'll have no option than to come again and work with you so that they will pay for it this time. Do you understand? So they ended up working with me. Yeah. So I've been working with Sohe Ghana from September, October, November, and December. Okay. And then my IBB is also a foreign brand who is also into contact lenses. They also reached out to me and the deal was done. I think they also saw the advert I did for the other contact lens brand, Multicolored Love. They loved it. They reached out to me and then, you know. And then Lily Slacks is also into skincare, different skincare products, you know, anything skincare products, they sell it. They reached out to me. I did a video. By God's grace, they were so happy. In fact, they actually sold out with one of their eyebrow stencils, you know, the eyebrow stencils. I know many of you have seen that video. They sold out completely. Is God not good? God is good. Same in November, I work with Pepsodent Ghana. Oh, God is good. I work with Pepsodent Ghana. I work with Geisha. I still work with Geisha Amy, but the Pepsodent deal is over, but I still work with Geisha. Geisha Black Soup, Geisha Moringa Soup. Go and get yours, okay? And then Ventrade is a beauty event. They reached out to me. The event was successful. In fact, I purchased so many items. I even did a video of, like I said, it was my first influencing events, you know, that I was actually contracted to hype the event up and also make sure that people hear of the event. And I think by God's grace, I did a good job because I got a positive review from the brand and I was so excited. And I hope that this year would even be more massive than the previous year by God's grace, okay? So in November, we had so many brands going on, both continuing deals and one-time deals, right? In December, I worked with Puremetics. In fact, I met the lady, the CEO of Puremetics at the Ventrade event. And by God's grace, I did a video for her and it went well by God's grace, you know. And the very last brand I worked with is Kitchen and Beyond. They reached out to me to collaborate on their Asia juicer. We even did a giveaway for somebody to win. You know, the person has received the juicer and everything went well. You know, so these are all the list of brands I've worked with in the year 2023. But let me tell you one thing that I did before the year started. I had written down all the brands I loved and all the brands I wanted to work with in the year 2023. In fact, I said I wanted to work with a network provider company, Vodafone Ghana, MTN, Glo, Airtel, Tigo. I wanted to work with any of them. And by God's grace, I got to work with Vodafone Ghana. And I couldn't work with any other network provider because I was working with Vodafone Ghana. You know, so when the contract comes, it comes with certain conditions. You know, they could tell you to be exclusive to them. They could tell you that you may not be able to work with a competitor, you know. So because of those reasons, I couldn't work with any other network provider. But now that the contract is over, I'm hoping and praying that it's either I'll be working again with Vodafone or any of the network providers, and I'll be so glad and happy. I manifested that and it came to pass. I also manifested to work with Sohe. Hey! And by God's grace, I ended up working with her. Pepsodent. In fact, I actually wrote Unilever. You know, Unilever has a whole range of products. I wanted to work with Unilever, Ghana, Africa, anywhere where Unilever is present. And by God's grace, I ended up working with Pepsodent and Geisha. Okay. For Shikakope, my husband had been spying them up and down. And finally, he was able to... In fact, my husband has actually been buying, he has to correct me that he has been buying for them. So he actually loves his products. You know, my husband is a photographer, right? Sam Pixels. Hey, if you're not patronizing Sam Pixels, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go to Instagram, look at his work. Sam Pixels. Go and patronize my husband. He does photo shoots, weddings, events, every event, corporates, birthdays, you know. So please patronize my husband, Sam Pixels. And you won't regret it, okay? Kitchen and Beyond. Do you guys also know, I had never heard of Kitchen and Beyond before. It was my husband who introduced Kitchen and Beyond. In fact, no, when Kitchen and Beyond reached out to me and I showed it to my husband, He was like, this brand, I've been following them, hey. My husband actually loves cooking, so into all they were sure we do make only for them to reach out to us. You see how God works? So that was also my husband manifested. So of all the brands I've worked with, 2 of them were husband manifested, and then the others 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 others were also manifested by me. This year I have manifested so many brands that I want to work with, and by God's grace, I know it is going to come to pass. There were also other gigs. When you are an influencer, when you're a beauty creator, not only will you get brand deals which would come with money, others do not come with money, but those that do not come with money, you just want to be sure that you genuinely love their products or their services, so that you'll be in a good position to be able to talk about the brand. I don't like making adverts for or making promotions for brands I don't use. If I don't use the brand or the product, I'll make sure I use the product like to a certain extent, so that it gives me some sort of confidence to tell people that indeed I have used this product and this is how I think, this is what I think about the product. There are so many products I have tried which came out bad that I ended up declining the agreement or the offer, So as a content creator, as you are coming up, or by me encouraging you to take your content creation seriously, there are so many opportunities that will come your way, but not every money is worth it, because there will be some brands that will be willing to pay you huge sums of money, but your reputation will be on the line, your dignity will be on the line, and you don't want to trade that because you have so many years ahead of you. You have a whole life ahead of you, so you don't want to trade your dignity and your reputation for anything at all. And your audience too are not stupid. You don't want to take your audience for granted. There are big people following you. You never know. Me, I didn't even know people were following me like that until my content grew, my pages grew. When I'm traveling, I get to the airport, whom I'm paying for, they'll be following that. They will walk up to you and they'll be like, I love your content. And those are the people who will not be commenting on your page. So you will never know. People will be following you, experts will be following you, especially those of us who love skincare. Dermatologists will be following you, knowing that you're not spilling any nonsense on your page, trying to, observe what you are saying, so that they will know that you are not deceiving people. Hair specialists are following you. Whatever you are doing, you have a specialist of what you are doing following you. Maybe you may be an expert yourself, but it still rains in the sea, right? Nobody is an island, So your audience is not stupid. Your followers are not ignorant. They will know when you are lying. And even if they don't catch you for the first, the second, the third, they'll catch you on the 4th, they'll catch you on the 5th. And all the work you have done in the years will come straight in the mud. Okay, so please don't trade your reputation and your dignity for anything. Don't trade it at all. Brands will come your way. Review it thoroughly. If you think your goals do not align with those brands, please don't venture. Just let them go. Have your own you time. Probably purchase the products at their blind side. Use it first. And then when you're fully convinced, you can go back to them, or you can be honest with them and say, I haven't used the product before, but let me use it first. Give me 3 months. Yes, use it. Because me, that's what I do. And I believe this is what has brought me this far, So please, I'm begging you in the name of God, don't just do anything for money's sake, okay? I know by now somebody is asking, okay, how much did they pay you? How much did they pay you? How much should I charge? How much should I charge? I will not be able to share my compensation with you guys, but then all I would say is that it pays, right? It pays. Your hard work, the commitments you do, the deliverables they will tell you to produce. When you look at your worth, you look at the effort you put into it, you look at your location, you look at your gadgets, the quality you produce. It pays, so that's all I can say. I won't be able to share my financial status with you. No. But it pays, okay? So please just take your time. Give yourself some grace. Maybe for you may have gotten just 1 deal and it is not coming again. You have gotten just 2 deals, it's not coming again. For you haven't gotten any deal at all after 3 years of creating content, after 2 years of creating content. I was watching Mr. Beast one time, and then he said he created content for 7 whole years before he was able to purchase a good camera for his videos, Udemaya created for about 3 whole years before he started seeing some improvements on his channel. I have created for in 2024 will be my 4th year of creating content, and in my 2nd year to my 3rd, that is when I started seeing brand deals and getting some money from the content that I produce. So I'll just urge you and inspire you to please keep going. Do not give up. Everything takes time, and when you are creating the content, take your time. Be intentional about the videos you create. Ask yourself, if you were the one watching your videos, if you didn't know you, would you still watch the video? So ask yourself all the time. Give your audience a reason for them to keep watching your videos, and give them your trust. Don't just do anything or accept any brand deal because you are going to be getting money from it. Like I kept saying, your audience is not stupid. So please, let them trust you enough so that your videos would have a significant impact in their lives. And be praying for your audience as well, because your audience will determine how your video, the brand deal, would flop or not. When they are in a good financial position, they would be able to make a decision to buy the product you are selling or the service you are selling. So pray for your audience as well, and don't stop praying. Don't stop praying. I'm not going to do this video without mentioning prayers. Keep praying and hope that God will open a way. And when that door opens, it will be coming like flood. And I'll be so glad to answer any questions you have around brand deals, whether it has to do with how to even do the pitching, how to negotiate, how to charge, Like, let me know any area of brand deals. Please let me know in the comment section, and I'll be so glad to answer them. I just hope this has inspired someone out there to take your content creation seriously. Let me know in the comment section, have I given you enough reason to keep going? Are these enough reasons for you to keep on going? Let me know in the comment section. And I also would you have given up. Please don't give up, okay? It is well. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. Enjoy the journey, create genuine content, and brands themselves will reach out to you. But don't let money lead you, like I said from the beginning, okay? I hope this has been helpful. Do drop your questions in the comment section. I'm going to see you in my next video. Until then, do take care. I love you. All the best. And may the love of God be with you now and forevermore. Again, have a nice day. Bye. Mwah.